Straight off the bat, this video got absolutely insane. I never expected calculating the max damage you could do to an agent in a cheats disabled game would be this complicated. But either way, we got it, and we even tried it in game. Join me on my abusive adventure and get ready to get your mind blown. The agents we will take a look at in this video are the average Joe, as he's a good example of someone who can't do any healing stuff, Sage and Skye because they are healers, Phoenix and Reyna because they can heal themselves, and KO because there is something interesting that happens when he goes into his ult. So, our boy Brimmy with the stimmy. To do the max damage to him, we first have to make sure he has full shield, so the damage we can do is already increased by 50. Is that the max damage we can do to a person without using any healing techniques? Well, yes, but the Valorant after round report says something else. I'm sure we've all been tapped by a Vandal before and it's at 160, meaning we can go over the 150 damage to a person. The most damaging single shot weapon you can buy is the Bucky, but it's too inconsistent with the spray, so for simplicity's sake, we are going to take the Operator, which does 255 damage in the head on any range. The new max damage is now 255 damage. But we can go even higher if we first down Brim to 1 HP and then hit him in the head with the Operator. Thing is, how do we consistently get him from 150 HP to 1? After an admittedly painful session of numbers, I figured the easiest way to get anyone from 150 HP to 1 is to first hit him 4 times in the body with the Ghost and then once in the leg with a Bulldog. So, after shattering Brim's organs with the Ghost and pulverizing his kneecaps with the Bulldog, we finally get to put him out of his misery with a 50 cal Operator headshot to the face, resulting in a total of 404 damage. Now, this is where the tricky part starts, so take notes, children. Abilities. Valorant has many different abilities that can heavily impact the amount of damage someone can take. And because of that, this 404 damage number will not only be doubled, tripled or quadrupled. No, instead at the end of this video, it will be like comparing an ant to a human. Seriously, you do not want to miss this. So like I said, abilities. In Valorant, there are 3 abilities that can apply the vulnerable debuff to an agent, which doubles all incoming damage. We have Viper's Snakebite, Killjoy's Alarm Bot, and Astra's Gravity Well. If we use one of these abilities to double the Operator headshot damage, so from 255 to 510 damage, we can do a whopping 659 damage on the poor Brimmy. After testing, I found that Astra's Suck is by far the best choice as it restocks every 45 seconds, and it doesn't deal damage itself unlike Viper's Snakebite, which could make it all a heck of a lot more complicated. You know, I used to be a Brimstone main, so it pains my heart to continuously do this to him. So let's allow him to catch your breath and let's take a look at Sage and Skye. Sage heals a total of 60 HP with each Ice Ball, and Skye a flat 100 total. If a 150 HP shielded Sage gets down to 1 HP, she can heal herself back to 61 HP, which means with 2 Ghost body shots, we could do an extra 60 damage to her. The nice thing about Sage's heal is that they restock every 45 seconds. So in a 100 seconds round, that means she can heal a total of 3 times, meaning 180 extra damage. And if we plan to spike and by doing that delay the round by 45 seconds, we can do a total of 240 damage instead. Nice. Welcome to the tool that will make the rest of the video way easier to understand. The timeline. Here is where we left off, 899 damage. We start at 150 HP, shoot Sage 4 times in the body with the Ghost, and once in the leg with the Bulldog, leaving her at 1 HP, followed by her healing herself a 60, allowing us to deal 2 Ghost shots damage, rinse and repeat till we are nearing the end of the round, where she plants and allows her heal ability to restock for one final time, meaning we deal once again 60 damage to her, and finally we finish the job with the vulnerability debuff from Astra's Suck and the Operator headshot. 899 damage. Now let's introduce Skye to the equation. Skye can heal a max of 100 HP, so we can do an extra 100 damage to Sage. Though be careful, halfway the healing we have to do a quick Phantom leg shot before we heal the rest up to 68 HP. The final 67 HP damage we do with another Phantom leg shot and a Vandal leg shot, downing her back to 1 HP. 999 damage. Let's move on to Phoenix and Reyna. Both Phoenix and Reyna can heal themselves with their abilities, so we no longer need to torment Sage and replace her with whoever heals themselves more. Fireboy Phoenix can heal 50 with his Fireball and another 50 with his Wall, so we add 100 damage to the timeline. However, we do this after we used our ult, as damage taken during the ult will be quote-unquote reverted after it runs out or you die. If we use this ult, we can do the 149 damage setup and take one double damage operator headshot to the face, and when we respawn, we heal all the way back to 150 HP. And after all that, we follow the timeline we already had. So if we use Phoenix, we take a total of 1658 damage. This is probably also a good point to have a little chat about why we count Phoenix's ult and why I deliberately skipped Sage's res. If you die as Phoenix, you automatically respawn, and it doesn't up your death counter. If you die as anyone else and Sage reses you, it does count as a death, meaning you started your second life, which goes against the premise of the video. So Reyna, let's see if you can surpass Phoenix. Each of Reyna's heals 100 HP. She has 4 heal charges, so she can withstand 400 damage more than Sage, right? Well, almost. In her ult, she auto-heals, no matter how many devours you have left. So she can heal off all 5 agents in the enemy team. If we have an enemy Sage with her ult ready, she can devour another resurrected soul. And if for some reason she can also devour the soul of Phoenix when his ult dies, not really sure how that works. Unfortunately, she can't heal off the 7th person, as that person has to do the final blow to her. So to Reyna, we can deal a total of 1599 damage. Just 58 damage short of Phoenix. But even if Reyna was better, Phoenix can do something else we haven't spoken about yet. He can ult twice if he kills enough enemies and plants the spike, adding another 149 plus 510 damage to the timeline. Is 2317 the max damage we can reach? I kind of already gave it away earlier in the video. But no, there's actually one agent that absolutely shatters the competition. Meet KO. Whenever KO gets downed, he gains 850 temporary health until he bleeds out. Meaning, if we use the same ult technique for KO as we did with Phoenix, he can go down twice with 850 damage. This timeline gets absolutely crazy, and to show you it's actually doable, I will demonstrate the whole timeline in-game with 9 of my viewers, revealing the grand damage we did at the end of it. Here we go. These are the tools we will use to torture KO. First, we grab the Ghost and the Bulldog. 4 Ghost shots and 1 Bulldog leg shot leaves him at 1 HP. Sage heals the robot. We shoot 2 Ghost shots in return. And Skye uses 100 HP healing to buff him back up, just so we can down him back to 1 once more. Now this is where it gets insane. Astra sucks KO, don't take that out of context, and KO ults around the same time, allowing us to deal 510 damage to KO, resulting in him being downed on the floor. Then we pick up the Phantom and shoot exactly 21 body shots, and 1 Ghost shot on the body, which leaves him 1 HP in his ult. Then Sage picks him up, which means he's back up with 1 HP. Yes, trust me, he doesn't get back to 100 HP when you pick him up. Followed by Sage healing him for 60, so we do 60 damage. And now we enter the waiting phase, as we have to wait 45 seconds for Sage's heal to restock. Also, if you made it this far into the video, you might as well subscribe, right? Oh, and join the Discord as we host fun challenges and tournaments with prizes for the community. Anyway, 45 seconds later, we heal KO once again. And now we introduce the Cannon Fodder. For KO to use his ult again, which requires 7 points, we need him to grab an orb for 1, kill my teammates and the rest 1 for 5 more, and plant for the final 7th point. Before he plants though, Astra has to already suck him in, because her gravity well, just like Sage's heal, has a 45 seconds cooldown, and that's how long the spike ticking down duration is. Now, while the time is ticking down, we have to kill the vulnerable KO in his newly gained ult with the operator for 510 damage, shoot him yet again, 21 times with the Phantom, and once with the Ghost for 849, then while the spike is about to explode, let Sage heal the KO for 60, deal 60 damage, have Astra spam as fast as possible to use the suck one final time, and in the final seconds of the spike, shoot the final double damage operator shot in KO's face, putting him to rest for once and for all, followed by us dying shortly after. And if you do all of that correctly, you do a total of 2019 damage? Wait, that's not more than Phoenix. Oh wait, right. The game doesn't count ult damage. So if we do our own calculations, we did a whopping 3716 damage to the poor robot. Bet you didn't see that one coming. But wait, there's more. We did all these calculations in a standard game. But if you go to Spike Rush, we can reach 15,182 damage total. Yeah, seriously. If we go to Haven on Spike Rush, where a max of 5 super orbs can spawn, And if the stars align and you get 4 ultimates and 1 golden gun spawn, you can, when killing a person, instead of 510 per headshot, do 1600 damage per down and kill, as the golden gun does 800 damage in the head per shot, and doubles when vulnerable. And with the additional 4 ultimate orbs, we can do a total of 6 KO downs, so 7 high damage headshots. Sadly, Astra can only do a maximum of 4 sucks per round, so we will need to welcome Killjoy to the mix with her alarm bot, so we can do another high damage 1600 damage headshot. The last shots, unfortunately, can't be double damaged unless you somehow manage to frame perfect time it multiple times with Viper's damaging snakebite. And that's how we can do 15,182 damage to KO. Basically killing him 151 times. If you enjoyed the video, be one of the low percentage of people that every YouTuber shows kind of thing and subscribe.